Good Friday morning. The crickets are loud this morning. Can you hear them? It's everything. Listen, I was listening to something this morning and it really just touched me and it just enlightened. it just enlightened me because this is kind of where I am and I didn't realize I was here. It's like all of a sudden, when you pray and God reveals things to you, sometimes it happens suddenly. And so as I'm listening to this sermon it's really Therapy Thursday. And it's called Cancel Your Subscription. Cancel Your Subscription. And he was talking about how things that we are tied to that are no longer serving us. And also there are things that sometimes people unsubscribe from us and sometimes we unsubscribe from people. And I was like, man, that thing just sit with me because on this journey of being an entrepreneur, it's very challenging. It's very challenging to put products and services out here, and then people they don't subscribe or they don't purchase or they don't. It can reveal things to you about yourself that you have not dealt with. I hope that makes sense. So for me, it reminded me of comparison. It reminded me of abandonment. It reminded me of unworthiness and fear of failure. Like when people don't choose or they unsubscribe or they don't purchase. So I could resonate with what he was saying. And he really gave me the tools and the verbiage to understand and process this thing that I was feeling that I didn't know I was feeling. So like I said, people unsubscribe. So they unsubscribe to us. And that's okay. That is okay because we're not for everybody and everybody is not for us. So he asked some questions. How do you handle when people unsubscribe? So for me, I check in with myself. Like, why do I feel a way? Because this person, I had a conversation with this person, gave this person the option to choose and they didn't choose. And I had to constantly remind myself that people are they're not choosing me. They're choosing themselves. They're choosing to invest in themselves. So I take my personal self out of the equation because, like I said, my coach told me you cannot put a price tag on your self-esteem. So I have to take myself outside of that equation. This is the offer. This is the product. This is the service. You get to choose or not choose. And the same goes for me. The programs and services that I choose and I unsubscribe to, right? I have so many subscriptions. This conversation, this word this morning is making me go do inventory of what have I subscribed to that I need to unsubscribe to. Because it's costing you something to be subscribed to all these different things. And so here's some takeaways. People leaving is not a reflection of you. People have people may have unspoken expectations of you. That these are reasons why people may unsubscribe, right? Or they're more attracted to the outdated version of you. Okay. And then we have, and it could be a season to expire, right? The season has expired. Let me say that the season has expired. And then another reason, not everyone is called to you. Another reason is and we have to give people permission to leave. We have to give people permission to leave. In this season, I might not be the person for you. This product may not be what you need, and that's okay. So really being mindful of that awareness. And here are some things that come up when people unsubscribe. Fear. It could be complicated. It could be comparison. It could be control. It could be worry. It could be ignorance. It could be immaturity. Okay. These are things that can come up within you. Okay. So how to know when to unsubscribe, how to know when to unsubscribe. Is the person or thing adding value? Is the person or thing adding value? Another question to ask. Is it withdrawing more than you have? Is it withdrawing more than you have? Is it speaking to your future rather than your past? Is it bringing you joy? So these are questions to ask yourself when you're contemplating on when to unsubscribe. Let me run it back again. Is the person or thing adding value? Is it withdrawing more than what you have? Is it speaking to your future rather than your past? Is it bringing you joy? So these are some questions you can ask yourself when it comes to how to know when to unsubscribe. So when you're in this world of entrepreneurship, or you're in this world of dating, relationships, there are people who are going to unsubscribe. Okay? And we got to be okay with that, because we also will unsubscribe to people, and people will unsubscribe to us, but it doesn't change your value. This is a reminder for myself and anyone out here who's listening. It does not change your value. Everybody's not for you, okay? We have to be mindful of that. And we have to be mindful of that comparison, because comparison, it comes up. And for me, it's snuck in. It's like looking at everybody else's courses and everybody products that they offer. And I'm like, well, man, maybe I need to do this and maybe I need to do that. Then I start comparing myself, right? Never do that, right? And then my past, kind of like peeped up with abandonment, rejection issues, right? That those things, those thoughts, those old beliefs come up. So I have to reframe those old beliefs and create more positive beliefs. You know what? They didn't choose because they didn't choose. I'm still worthy. I'm not being abandoned. I will not abandon myself. People will unsubscribe, and that's okay. Okay? I am worthy. Okay? Fear of failure. Everything won't work. And it's not failure. It's not failure if you learn a lesson. It's only feedback. How do you handle when people unsubscribe? People are going to cancel their subscription, and that is okay. That's all I have this morning on All Things Healing podcast. I hope this was valuable. I hope it added value to you. I hope it brings awareness so we can look at it differently and do it differently, and know that it's okay when people unsubscribe to you or your service or your product, because we will do the same as well. That's all I got. Have an amazing Friday on purpose.